only one who's going to tell me when I'm through doing my thing is you people here.
Hey, Jacksonville, winter is the perfect time to start planning for your healthy, pest-free spring lawn with True Green, America's #1 lawn care company. True Green's science-based approach and local expertise will help give your lawn the year-round care it needs to be thick and weed-free. Go to truegreen.com/radio to save 50% on your first service. Just call 866-946-5956 or go to truegreen.com/radio today and get a lawn to be proud of.
That's the sound of NyQuil Severe hard at work. NyQuil Severe is the best sleep with a cold medicine. No tossing and turning, just rest and recovery. So you're ready to take on tomorrow. For powerful relief of your worst cold and flu symptoms, try NyQuil Severe. The nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, aching, stuffy head, best sleep with a cold medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
You're listening to CBS Sports Radio. We are all sports 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Strong opinions and your phone calls. Expected here. CBS Sports Radio.
Lopez hits one deep to left field and down the line, and that one is it's a foul squeeze. 6-2.
Every morning this spring and summer, the Armchair Quarterbacks will be headed to Braves country. Along with the big headlines of the day, the Armchair Quarterbacks will be leading off with the Atlanta Braves, National League East, and everything in between. That's Braves country. Right after batting practice, weekdays on the Armchair. Calling all baseball fans, Yankee fans, Red Sox fans, the Tampa Bay Rays. It's the Catbird Seat, Monday mornings, 10 a.m. Eastern, only on Armchair Quarterbacks Show's YouTube Live. We dive into the American League East, point of views of the fans, Teamus and the Red Sox, Angelo and his New York Yankees, and Florida's own Mac McGee's Tampa Bay Rays. It's the Catbird Seat, Monday mornings, 10 a.m. Eastern, only on Armchair Quarterbacks Show's YouTube Live.
You're in Braves country.
Good morning. Welcome to Braves country today as we get you rolling here on it couldn't have been much better this weekend. Braves sweep the Orioles. We did gain a game on the Phillies. Would have liked to have gained two. I was a little disappointed that the Padres didn't play better baseball against the Phillies. Phillies did take 2 of 3, but we did gain a game. And so when it's all said and done, it's not all bad. And so that's where we're at now. The Atlanta Braves sit 5 games in front of the Philadelphia Phillies, the team that I think that is the only real threat to the Braves in this division at this point. I don't think DeGrom's coming back. When he was switched to the 60-day IL, that meant that at the earliest he could come back is mid-September. By mid-September, without DeGrom, this team's going to be out of it. They're going to be absolutely out of it. So you have to look at the big picture, and the big picture is this. You got to worry about the Phillies and only the Phillies. If the Mets find their way back into the game, okay, I get it. It happens. But I do not believe that they're going to find their way back. They still got to play 3 more games against the Giants, albeit it's at home. I think the Giants will take 2 or 3 from New York. It wouldn't shock me if the Giants swept them, to be perfectly honest with you. Sorry, I hit the wrong button the night the lights went out in Georgia, right? But I honestly think that there's a good chance that the Giants could sweep. Look, the Giants have the Dodgers on their heels. So they're not going into any of these games thinking that they are, got it made, that they don't have to worry about it, all that kind of stuff. They're going to be going straight into this series against the Mets, ready to roll. Conversely, the Phillies have 2 games against the Tampa Bay Rays. We're going to get into that matchup here in a second. But long story short, they've got some some difficult games that they're going to play while we are playing the New York Yankees. Now, as of right now, and I'm a little surprised, but as of right now, it looks like that it is going to be for the Yankees. They're going to send Montgomery to the hill, and the Braves will send Enoa. And that's game number 1. In game number 2, it looks like it. Now they're flip-flopping back to Heaney, so I don't know what to believe here. They've got Heaney versus Morton. Now, if you look at ESPN, it's Heaney versus Morton. If you look at, they have flip-flopped it back, so now it is Heaney versus Morton. They had changed that. So I guess they're going back to Heaney now. I don't know what the hell is going on there. But if it's Heaney versus Morton, I like our chances a lot in game number 2. A lot. In game number 1, that's going to be a crapshoot because it's Montgomery versus Enoa. Now, what I'd seen was that Luis Gil was going to pitch game 1 and that it was going to be Montgomery for game 2. They changed that last night. They've changed it back to the original. So if this is what we're going to get, Montgomery can be a pain in the ass, but he's a lefty, and the Braves hit lefties well. But Montgomery can be a pain in the ass. So that's not a gimme today. And whether Huascar or Enoa can go through that Yankees lineup, the Yankees lineup is stacked. Now, granted, we don't have to worry about their DH. So that's an advantage, I think. Going up against this Yankees offense, the fact that there's not a DH, and I get it, we would get an extra bat, but I'll take my chances going with the pitching and the defense. The Heaney versus Morton, if that happens, big advantage Atlanta. They should win game number 2. So game number 1, I say all hands on deck. If you can get a lead, load up that bullpen. Remember something, we've got 2 days off after this. The Atlanta Braves will not play Wednesday. They will not play Thursday. So the next time we'll get a Braves country is on Friday, and that will lead us into our own personal nightmare. We get to host the San Francisco Giants. And then we go on the road to the Dodgers. And after that, we go to the Rockies, so it gets a little friendlier. But the next 8 games are going to be very crucial for the Atlanta Braves. 3 of them are on the road, but the next 8 games, so from here until next Wednesday, we will play the New York Yankees twice, the Giants 3 times, and the Dodgers 3 times. 5 of those games at home. Bare minimum, we need to go 500. Bare minimum. I'm looking for 5-3 because we are going to be at home. And when you get 5 games at home, I would like to see them go at least 3-2, in a perfect scenario 4-1. That would mean you'd only have to get 1 win in Los Angeles. And that's asking a lot. And 4-4, I'll take it. If we lose 2 of 3 to the Dodgers, but we go 3-2 this week against the Yankees and Giants, I'll take that. While that is going on, you're going to have the Philadelphia Phillies. They're off today, but the Philadelphia the Phillies actually next week. Okay. They're off today, and then they will begin their series. It's a 2-game series against the Rays. The Rays will send Rasmussen versus Suarez. That's a toss-up. And then in game number 2, you're going to have Tampa Bay has not released their starter yet. It's versus Zach Wheeler. And then after that, the Phillies get Arizona for 4 games at home in Philadelphia. And they're going to have some payback on their mind. And then once that happens, then they go on the road, but they play the Nationals. So these next 10 days are going to be very crucial. If the Braves still have a healthy lead in that division, I think it's advantage Atlanta Braves. But they're going to have to play really good baseball against some really, really good teams. If you want to take a look at the Mets real quick, we talked about the Giants, and then this next coming weekend, the Mets will be hosting the Nationals. So they'll finally get a break and get to play some pretty, easy competition comparatively. And then early next week during this whole time frame, they will get to play the Marlins. Both those series are at home. So that's why these next 10 days are very, very important for the Atlanta Braves, because they're going to play elite competition. And the Mets and the Phillies are going to play good competition at the beginning of this week, but then the next calendar week is going to be a little bit of a, not going to say a vacation because they're still Major League Baseball teams, but it makes it a lot easier when you're playing the Marlins and the Nationals as opposed to playing the Giants, the Dodgers, the Yankees, and the Mets can attest to that. Now, what we hope is that Atlanta proves that they belong and that it's not just a damn dumpster fire. That's what we hope. But with that being said, you've got Ian Anderson close to coming back. What I was thinking is that he was going to get to pitch against New York because he's pitched so well against the Yankees. And I'm still holding out hope that maybe he does pitch. But it looks like right now we're going to go Enoa and we're going to go Charlie Morton. And we'll see if maybe they keep Ian Anderson down in the minors just a little longer. The big question will be, who will they get rid of? And I talked about this last week. If it's me, I'm sending Josh Tomlin packing. Tukey's going to the bullpen, or I'm going to a 6-man rotation. And there you have it. But I believe Tomlin's got to be the guy that goes. Everyone else in that bullpen has some kind of redeeming quality. The only thing that Tomlin is giving you is a guy that can pitch long relief. Well, you can get that in Touki Toussaint. The only thing I could see them doing with Touki is sending him back down to keep him stretched out so that when September comes and the rosters expand, then they go to a 6-man rotation. So I could see that as well. We are 8 days from rosters expanding, 9 days officially. That could be a game that they could be playing. Remember, the rosters expanding, unless they've changed this, the rosters expanding are now supposed to be, you can have 28 guys. So it expands from 26 to 28 on any given day, but you have a pool of 40 to pull from. And that was to get rid of so many long games in September where people just dump out their bullpen. And so and by the way, I'm full in favor of that. I always thought it was really ridiculous. You have these September call-ups. And yeah, it helps the teams, the young teams who want to see their young players come up. But when you had a 40-man roster and guys are chasing a pennant, I mean, you're just bringing guys in left and right out of the bullpen. It's what led to the bullpen rule of the got to face 3 guys. I'm still not 100% a fan of that. I would like to see 2 guys. I think that's fair. I don't want to see one guy after another, because that adds to strategy. But 3, that might be taking a little too far. But it doesn't look like that rule's going anywhere. So there you have that. All right. So the Braves get the Yankees today. We're going to be back at the top of the hour with the Catbird seat, Timus and Angelo. And so we look forward to that. And we will see you Friday for Braves country. Have a great day and go Braves. Let's beat those Yankees.
You're in Braves country.